Great matchup today. We got the Patriots taking on the Cobras. And like I said, this is kind of our conclusion to the preseason. A lot of great action. We've seen a lot of good games up until now. And I think it's just always fun and exciting to see because there's been a lot of change in dynamics with teams. How teams have changed this season, a lot of trades going on, a lot of re-signings. It's a lot of different changes in the makeup of teams. So it's always very exciting to see how these teams are looking going into regular season. Darian, any thoughts for today's game? Predictions?
Well, I'm looking for a pretty good matchup between these two. The Patriots, I have a lot of experience with them, prior to the preseason, with scrims and everything. And I know that their offense can be really potent if they get firing on all cylinders. It's going to be interesting to see what offense comes out for the Patriots. I know sometimes they have a little problem with consistency, especially on the front line, but we'll see how they come out tonight. The Cobras, the Cobras have kind of struggled in the preseason, but they've got a lot of potential out there. They've got some playmakers out there. They've got some folks that can be really explosive if they catch you sleeping. So offensively, I'm looking for a pretty interesting match. Defensively, I'm going to be curious to see what the Cobras do to stop the deep threat of the Patriots. The Patriots have Tupac back there, who is their go-to guy deep on third and long, and sometimes they'll catch you on a first down if you're sleeping. So I'm going to be interested to see what the Cobras do to match up well with Tupac and kind of contain him. Because if they don't, it's going to be a long night for them, I feel.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. Patriots, like you said, it's. I'm not going to say Tupac is their whole offense, but he's definitely a very key player in it. You'll also see Rasden run it himself a couple times. You'll see a few handoffs every now and then. I think to who's his running back? I think Irish guy sometimes. And so, yeah, I think Cobra's secondary definitely going to have their hands tied this game to keep him in check because definitely look to see a lot of him this game. Offense-wise, on the Cobras, I think a really big blockbuster pickup for them, especially going into season 2 from first season, is picking up Flo Burner as their QB. I think he's really probably brought a lot to the Cobras franchise as far as making just that offense so much better this season versus season 1. Just with his accuracy and just his confidence. I mean, he's a pretty new quarterback, but he plays like a veteran. I mean, I watched film of him from the Pro Bowl in season 1, and I mean, he didn't play the whole game, but when he was in there, I mean, he was making some really big plays. So he's one of those guys that kind of floats under the radar. But I think expect to see a lot of him this season.
Yeah, absolutely. Flo coming to the Cobras late last season and really had an immediate impact. The Cobras actually picking up a couple of wins towards the end of the season in big fashion, and a lot of that was due to Flo taking the helm at QB back there. He is a dynamic player. He's an accurate passer, and as long as his receivers are on the same page there, that they can produce some points. Um, so yeah,
Okay,
so
when
it
I
was a
leave the
great
field,
pickup
the ball
by
will be
the
inside
Cobras
your
there
leg.
to get Flo there to take the snaps back there, and I'm looking for a big game from him tonight. I think he's going to have some success in the passing game. I'm curious to see what he's going to do with the running game, but I'm looking for some big things for him tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we're speaking, ball has been put in place, so we'll have an opening kickoff here momentarily, and there it is. Flo's going to keep deep right field, and Bizarro's going to pick it up for the Pats. He's taking it up that right sideline. He's at the 30, looking for a few blocks. Didn't quite get him. Finally brought down by Kimberly, and that's 27-yard return on this opening drive, and they'll start at their own 38.
Yeah, great run to start the Patriots off in great field position on their opening drive. We see the front line there. We've got Wiz, Sean Atkins, and Najila. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Um, on their front line. It looks like they've got Troy and Tupac actually in the running back positions, lining up in the shotgun 2L position or formation, with Bizzerly and Wild Cote on the left receivers and Irish out there on the right. So interesting formation for the Patriots starting out, bringing Tupac into the backfield. I'd watch for him to come out on a short route, or even maybe fly up the middle there to catch the Cobras off guard.
Yeah, one thing about Rass, I think, in just this Pats offense in general, they like to throw you off early with a few trick plays. They don't go swinging for the fence right away, but they definitely try to get into your head quicker, sooner than later. So it'll be interesting. Actually, we got a delay of game here right off the bat, and that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Anyone new to the broadcast, a new rule that was implemented very recently is the play clock was cut down by 15 seconds. So any teams watching out there, you're definitely going to have to watch that on your play calling because it is cut down. So Rass is going to hike this. He's going way back to the right side, and he's being chased by 2.
Wow.
That's a major sack. Wow. 18-yard loss by Spliff Star resident.
Wow, and I was just about to say that Raz is one of those quarterbacks. He's kind of tricky to get to because he does drop back so deep. But the problem with that is he goes into first person look kind of soon, and if you're not careful, you could get blindsided just like he did there. Big hit for the defense there.
Oh wow, that was a major completion there to Bizarrely, and he cuts up the field, avoids the tackle. Yeah, he may be gone here, folks.
Look at him go. He's got one person to beat, and it looks like he's going to do it.
Got the block there. Bart Ricker trying to get him, can't get it. Bizarrely down the left hash mark. 85-yard run, touchdown right out of the gate for the Patriots.
Wow, what a fantastic start to the game for the Patriots there, capitalizing on Bizzarly getting open out there in the flats, and he's just able to make a move and take it down 85 yards for the early score. Great play by the Patriots.
Yeah. I was just saying right before that, Patriots don't swing for the fence early, but I mean, that was really kind of a relatively short pass, and he just got the blocks he needed, and, he was off to the races at that point.
Well, the one thing about the Patriots, a lot of defenses will focus on Tupac on their passing game, but they do have some other capable receivers, as we saw Bizzarly coming up with a big play there. Irish is a very capable receiver as well. So, it's real easy to focus on your playmakers there, but the Cobras are going to have to be solid defensively all across the board there, because if not, they're going to get caught by one of those other receivers there.
Yeah. All right, and Patriots will kick this off to the Cobras, and it's going to be missed. That's going to be a touchback. Cobras will start on their own 20. See what Flo Burner's got to say about this opening drive.
Ref, the ball's the wrong way. Ref.
Actually looks like they wrong balls. It looked like they had defense formations rezzed. I think it's actually the possession is wrong because I see the first down marker back there. So,
yeah, I know. Last night we were playing the late game, and they had several issues with the field, and this was one of them. So hopefully they're able to get this straightened out. And
yeah, again, I don't know. Timing a little bit late into the preseason, but we do have a new ball. So if there is a time to test it, I guess it is in the preseason to get the kinks worked out, but it has come rather late with the regular season starting up, I believe, as early as next week.
Forward to that. All right, so for the Cobras offense, we've got Kimberly, Derek, and Sweet Satan on the line. Certainly don't want to have to deal with that on the line. Flo, of course, back there at QB. They got Bart Ricker in the running back position with Serena and Ruby on the left receiver balls, and Tony Ragu and Caden on the right.
Yeah, Flo's going to roll this right side. He got a few blocks, avoids
Gets
the
out
sack.
of the stumble.
Yeah. Oh, just runs right back into the defender. Wild coat with the 14-yard sack.
Yeah, you were just talking about the new ball, and that's a perfect example of what this new ball brings to the game. You saw Flo actually go into the throw formation, but quarterbacks are now able to be tackled from the throw formation, which is something new. That's going to take a lot of getting used to by quarterbacks in the league this season.
Yeah. Yeah, and if I recall, from what I've heard at least, it changes a little bit with the bat downs as well. Maybe a more chance for
Down,
interceptions.
set, hike.
Don't know. I
There's,
haven't seen that, but it's possible. We'll see.
Flo's actually going to take this right up the
Hit
middle.
the
He's got a good hole there, and that's a really good run. Makes up 15 yards of that sack. So third and a little bit more manageable now. 3rd and 9. Pretty
Yeah,
good
that
run
was
there.
a excellent run by Flo there. His protection kind of broke down early. He was able to capitalize on a hole forming up the middle. Looked like he had a little bit of trouble getting into the sprint. Otherwise, he might have had a few more yards there. But an excellent run by Flo to negate that big sack early on.
Down, set,
Yeah,
hike.
absolutely. And Flo's going to keep this. He looks like thinking up the middle once again. Didn't do it. He's going to roll left now. He's got a receiver deep downfield if he wants it, but he doesn't take it. He's going to get that first down and plenty more. That's a nice block there late. And 17 yards, another monster run. Keeper with Flo burner. All right, looks like he's going to stick to the two wide receiver spread on each side. He's got Bark in the backfield as his running back.
Down, set, hike.
All right, and there's the snap. Oh, we got a flying player there.
That should
Surprised-
stop the play there.
Yeah, I'm surprised the refs didn't stop that, but play does continue. Flo's rolling to the right side. He's got a few blocks still on his feet.
Oh.
And actually a 7-yard loss
Ref
by
flying.
Wildcoat. But yeah, one of the Patriots
Yeah,
players
that's the
just
thing.
flew right through the line.
Yeah, and I see the
wasn't
referees
flying,
call a
I
timeout
watched
there.
it.
I think they're going to roll this play back.
Yeah.
Well,
And-
what I was saying on the last play, as I was
It was
making
the
my
girl.
rookie mistake of talking with my
It's
mic
fine.
muted.
No problem.
Been a minute since I've been in the booth, but you know, the Cobras were able to capitalize on that fake handoff there to kind of draw the defense off and Flo getting to the outside on the keeper. Not entirely sure that was a designed run, but Flo making a very good heads-up play. The Patriots actually had a chance to seal that outside there and maybe slow Flo down, but they just weren't able to get there in time. And Flo able on 2 consecutive plays to make some big gains on offense there and keep the ball alive for the Cobras offense.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And this is, again, one of the great things of why Flo brings so much to this offense is being able to make something out of nothing like we saw right
Down,
there.
set, hike.
All right, Flo's going to keep this, and he's got a hole up the middle. He doesn't take it. He's throwing back to pass, and wow, he was right in that throw animation, and Wiz just came right in and brings the sack.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
Why
it is
Flo brings
a
so
real
much to this
adjustment that
offense
QBs
is
are going to
being
have
able to make
make.
something out of nothing like we
They're
saw
going to
right
have to
there.
be aware of spacing between them and the defense there because they can't get hit in that in the process of throwing now, which is something again
Down,
it's very
set,
new
hike.
and it really does make a difference timing wise for QBs.
Yeah, and brings a lot for linemen as well. I'm sure they're happy about being able to get those sacks they were denied this whole time.
Oh,
And that's going to be an interception by Irish guy, just as I was speaking. And that's a turnover. Patriots will take over right at the 50, thereabouts.
yeah, that was actually not a terrible pass by Flo there. He did have a receiver in the area, but the ball kind of hung there and gave Irish a chance to get up under it. And yeah, back to your point, as a defensive player, I'm absolutely thrilled with the changes to the throw animation. There have been many times when I have had to mute my mic and say some choice words because I was denied an opportunity to gain a sack or a bat down or something. So defensively, I like the changes. I know that our QB is not as thrilled, but it's just one of those adjustments we all have to make.
Sure. Yeah. It's all in the eye of the beholder, right?
Absolutely.
All right, Rask will take over here, and there's a handoff to Troy, and nothing doing on that. Kimberly read that completely like a book. 4-yard loss on the play.
Yeah, that was just that play developed a little bit too slowly and gave the defensive line an opportunity to come in there and get in the middle of that play. Good heads up by Kimberly to get the hit on Troy early and cause the Patriots to lose 4 yards.
Yeah, Kimberly, she comes right in there and sacks Rass once again, untouched. Major sack on that one, 20-yard loss.
Wow, yeah, that is, it is so dangerous when you drop back that far. You're dropping back 20, 25 yards there, and if you drop in the first person and you don't see that person coming on your backside, and you get hit like that, it puts you in a bad spot. Now that the Patriots are, deep, they're going for it on 4th down. That just shows you the confidence that they have in their receivers. I would be looking for a throw to Pac on 4th down in days like this.
All right, Rass is going to look for that outside route. Wow, a scoop up. Who is that? That is Irish guy. Just barely scoops that up. That's a great catch there. 22 yards on the completion.
Yeah, not enough though. So the Cobras going to get the ball back on turnovers, and I'm actually getting a report from the referees on the field on the play in question where it looked like the player flew. He didn't fly. There was lag on the field, and it just kind of shot her across the field there. So that's why they let the play stand.
Sure. Yeah, and actually, I didn't get an opportunity to say that because they moved so fast. But yeah, I had a feeling that maybe that was kind of the case. So because as we know, flying is pretty much you're ejected right there. But
right.
That does happen sometimes, especially with the new field. If you get shot out of your ball, that's not intentional. So incomplete pass there on the previous play there. Don't know who Flo was looking for. We were talking. But anyways, Flo's going to roll this right side. And he's got a huge hole there to run to the hash, and he's going to take it and avoids a tackle, avoids another tackle, and he's going down that right hash. And wow, 24 yards. Flo just continues to have monster runs on these keepers.
Unfortunately for the Patriots, they had an opportunity to make a play on that, and Flo just able to kind of stay out of arm's reach long enough to get out of that stumble and pick up some big yards.
Down, set, hike.
All right, so Flo's going to roll left this time, and he's looking for the middle. Doesn't quite get it. Wiz threatening the sack. Flo gets out of the stumble once again, still on his feet. Makes the throw there on a comeback route to the middle. Bart's got the ball, and 19 yards. Wow. Another great catch there by the Cobras.
Yeah, I tell you what. Again, as a defensive player, man, it is so frustrating when you get a hand on a jersey of a QB and they make a move like that and you just can't catch him. It's frustrating, but it shows a lot of poise and a lot of skill on the QB's. Well, as I was about to say.
Yeah. 4-yard loss on that one. I'm not sure how does that go by a different display name? Because I'm not sure how I can pronounce the avatar. Najile?
I'm gonna say Najila. Sounds exotic.
Yeah. I don't have display names up, so if you go by something else, I apologize. Flo's gonna keep this and roll left. He's got several blockers right there.
Oh.
Just misses the blocks he needs, and Wiz is gonna get the 2-yard loss. That'll bring up 3rd and 14.
Yeah, Patriots defense stiffening up here in the red zone here, making a couple of big plays back to back to push the Cobras back. It'll be 3rd and goal now.
All right, Flo's going to roll right. He's looking for a pass. He's got somebody in the corner, but they're pretty well guarded. Somebody across the middle. Nope, he's going to try that corner. Wow. And that is going to be Alexander with the catch. Clutch play there. I mean, that was just like threading the needle with that pass.
Yeah, great play by Flo to keep his poise downfield. He was surrounded by Patriots and able to get that pass in there to Alexander there.
Set.
And
Hike.
I don't know if you're the Patriots. I don't know how much better you could have played that, but it was just a great play by the Cobras there to get that ball in there.
Yeah, definitely. So that will actually tie up the game 7-7 here. And I don't know about you, but man, we're seeing some fireworks early with this game.
Yeah, so far both teams have been pretty evenly matched. Both teams making some big plays on defense to kind of force the other teams to respond, and so far they have in kind. I think the Cobras have shown a little bit more resiliency, able to drive the ball down after some big defensive plays by the Patriots. So we'll see what the Patriots do to answer on this drive.
Ball's in play. We're awaiting the
Down.
kick from
Set.
Flo.
Hike.
And ball is kicked. He's going to aim for that right corner. And both Tupac and Bizarrely missed the ball, and it's going to be a touchback. Not sure what happened there. Had two Patriots right there where the ball was landing, and just a little bit misjudgment.
Yeah, sometimes catching the ball that's kicked to the corner like that can be really dangerous. Just depending on where the ball's placed, you end up catching it and right away step out of bounds at like the 1 or 2. So sometimes it's smarter to just let that ball go back. I didn't have a good camera angle to see where it was, but I suspect that was probably the case there.
Right. Yeah, that's actually a good point because it was pretty much right there in the corner. And once again, Kimberly coming in untouched, and Rask gets rid of it before the sack, and Bizarrely's going to make the catch, and that's going to be a 7-yard gain. But wow, Kimberly is just coming in really quickly.
Yeah, and Raz getting that ball out a lot quicker this drive so far, making a connection with Bisley there for a good 7-yard pickup, and that's probably what the Patriots need to start looking at. I know Raz likes to show that deep threat, but right now, he's been dropping back and getting hit pretty big. So.
And here's our boy Tupac with the ball with completion. He's got a few moves here.
Man.
Yeah.
He's dancing out there today, man. These guys are putting on a clinic.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much turned a 10-yard gain into a 21-yard gain with the extra yak there.
Yeah, and again, Raz getting that ball out pretty quickly there, which I think is a good strategy there instead of, as I say, there he goes dropping back quick, but he's still able to get the ball off.
Another out route there to Bizarrely. Pretty much running the same routes on either side of the ball. I mean, you're seeing the receivers kind of showing the go route, and then they do a quick cut to the outside. It's getting open, and I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, sometimes, when your offense gets in a rhythm, you may only see them run 1 or 2 plays, but, if they work, ow, or, and there again, Kimberly with the big 20-yard sack. Well, as I was going to say, sometimes, you'll see offenses run just a limited number of plays, and they'll make the defense stop them. And I think right there we just saw the defense pretty much answer that question there and put the stop to that. So we'll see how the Patriots respond here.
All right, Ras is going back once again. He got a few blocks there. And is that a quick pass? Not sure what happened there.
Well, Pot coming down with the ball there.
Okay, I must have lagged on my screen. I didn't see, because I was looking at Troy. It looked like Troy had the possession circle, but I was like, wait, he doesn't have the ball.
Yeah, I saw that too. I didn't even see the ball leave, but yeah. Fortunately Tupac did, and he came down with a big grab there.
All right, cool. All right, Ras is going to throw deep. He's got Pac deep, and Tupac with the catch.
Oh, nice.
With the catch over Bart Ricker there, and takes it into the end zone. Wow.
Nice, that guy. What do you say about Tupac, man? It was great coverage by the Cobras. It was one-on-one. Tupac just able to make that move back around the defender there to come up with that pass and walk it in for 6 there. Just a great play by Pac there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, if you're barred on that play, he really couldn't have played that any better. Very tight coverage. Was pretty much with him step for step. But, Tupac with those hands, he does what he does out there.
Yeah, I think the only thing Bart could have done is just blocked him and got penalized for the pass interference play.
Yeah. So that'll bring up extra point is good, 14-7 in favor of the Patriots. So more or less been a shooting match going back and forth here between these two teams. We'll see if Cobras have the answer here.
Yeah, and for the Patriots, that was an important drive. Even though the score was tied, the Patriots really did it with a big play. They hadn't really driven successfully on the Cobras up until that drive, so that was really important for them. So now this drive is going to be important for the Cobras to respond to show them that to show the Patriots that hey, we can move the ball on you all day. So we'll see what the Cobras do to answer that score there.
Yeah. As we spoke, Flo took it up to about the 31. That's where he'll take his Cobras offense on this drive.
Set, hike.
All right, Flo's going to roll right side. Got a few blocks there. He's got a hole to the sideline. It looks like he's going to take it. And that's going to be a first down and more. A nice block there to keep him going. And again, 20 yards. So, Flo just, he's finding the holes that he needs, and he's just getting a lot of yards on these keepers.
Yeah, and I think the key for the running game for Flo so far has been the fake handoffs, the play action sort of plays there. It's able to freeze the defensive line just long enough for him to make a move outside.
Yep. And Flo's look like going to take the middle this time, and wow, just finds another huge hole, and he's still going. Another 14 yards there. And,
yeah.
Yep. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, we were saying on the Patriots last drive that sometimes you see offenses just run a couple of plays and make the defenses stop them. And right now, if I'm the Cobras, I'm looking at those big lanes that they're leaving right open in the middle, and I would just keep running the ball up there until they stop me.
Looks like we've got a. Thought it looked like it was a handoff, but Flo is actually keeping it. That's going to be another 7 yards.
Yeah, and Flo's finding a lot of success running up the middle there. And if I'm him, I'm just saying, hey, we're moving the ball. Stop us if you can.
Stop me if you can. That's exactly right. All right, Flo's going to roll left this time, and he's looking for something. He's going back looking for a pass. He's got deep in that right corner, and he sees it.
And
oh no! And that's going to be Serena Sands, the intended receiver, and I think just a little bit misjudgment on her part.
It looked like she almost lost the ball on that pass there. She kind of made a move, but she definitely had a play on it. It was just a little bit too outside, and she might have lost the ball or just maybe misjudged.
Right. But yeah, that had touchdown written all over it for sure.
Yeah, she was definitely wide open there. That was definitely a score if she could have brought that ball down.
All right, Flo's going to roll left once again, and he's looking for that run. He's probably just going to get this first here, wide open space to the sideline, and gets the 4 yards he needs, and that'll be a 1st and 10 Cobras.
Yeah, and I tell you what, that was a great block by Bart to open up that lane for Flo to get that first down there. That was a pretty key block on, I believe it was on Sean there to get Flo open there.
Yeah, and I think, like you were saying, that this is what we've kind of seen out of these Cobras. They're getting the blocks right in those key moments for Flo to run where he needs to run. And that is just so important with your running game.
Absolutely.
Set, hike.
Flo's going to keep this, and he's rolling right. He's got a wall of blockers in front of him. And he's got a receiver crossing middle deep to the end zone. I'm not sure if he saw it. And he's going to throw, and wow, it's going to be scooped up there by Ruby, and she's going to take that in for the touchdown. What a play.
That was a great play, and I don't know if it was the field or my poor old eyes. It looked to me for a second there like that ball just hit the turf, but Ruby able to pick that up off her shoelaces, and walk it in.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they got like the Stickum or something. They're able to just like suck it in.
I'm not going to speculate on that. I'm just going to go with a great play by Ruby.
Yeah, no, it was definitely an awesome catch for sure. And,
so again, the Cobras answering the touchdown drive by the Patriots and keeping this score even. We've got a pretty even match so far. I'm liking it.
Yeah, definitely. again, and this is what I was saying, before the game. This is not the same Cobras that you saw from season one. This is definitely a different team, as we see with a lot of teams this season. So yeah, very exciting to watch so far. And aiming for that corner once again, just a little bit too much to the outside. That's actually going to go out of bounds and not what they intended. That'll be the 20-yard penalty.
Yeah, and that is the inherent danger of trying to catch that corner on kickoffs. You see a lot of teams doing that. Unfortunately, sometimes if you just misjudge it by a little bit, you end up kicking it out of bounds and giving your other team a great field position starting out on the drive.
Down.
All right, and Rask's going to stick with his 4 receivers, and he's rolling left here. Got a wall blockers. He's thinking about running. Nothing doing on that. Sweet in on the loss there, and that's going to be 3 yards, pushing them back. 2nd and 13.
Yeah, great heads-up play by the front 4 for the Cobras there to not get beat and not get caught up in those blocks and swarm Ras to keep him back there in the backfield.
Down.
All right, Rask going back. Kimberly coming in once again, and Rask gets riveted early, and there's that out route once again there to Bizarrely. And, I mean, he's been running that all game, and it seems to work for him.
Yeah, I'm going to have to kind of take a closer look. I'm not sure what the Patriots are seeing or what the Cobras are looking at, but those routes have been pretty wide open for both Bizarrely and Tupac on the left side. So the Cobras are going to have to look at that and make some adjustments here real quick.
Yep. All right, Rask going pretty far back this time. Kimberly in on another sack, 23 yards this time. Man, she is exploding that backfield.
Man, yeah, and again, a huge sack. If they were tracking stats at this period, Kimberly is going to have to send Raz an edible bouquet or something, because that's 3 sacks for 60-something yards so far.
Oh yeah, I mean, and again, like I said, just untouched. I don't know if maybe they need to get a receiver to block her right off the bat before their routes, but she's just coming right in. And Ras throwing deep here, again to Tupac, in coverage, and he comes up with it, 28 yards on that gain.
Yeah, I tell you what, and Flo, was right there to make the play, but that Tupac is a riddle, man. It's just something that defenses are going to have to try and figure out. I know we've struggled with him, on those deep passes there, and I don't know how you can play him any better than that. He's just able to make that great play around Flo to come down with that ball.
Yeah. All right, Rask's going to keep this again, rolling right side. Kimberly on him, and he's going to throw deep. And once again, there's Tupac with another 20-yard gain. So,
yeah.
Yep.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just saying, Rask just having to drop back because of Kimberly so far. But, I mean, still, he's got Tupac making the big plays regardless of that.
Yeah, and that was a dangerous play. He almost got hit again. He was just able to get that ball off, throw it up the middle, and Tupac able to make an adjustment to come down with it.
All right, Rask throwing deep corner again, looking for Tupac. Jeez, 2-on-1 this time. And once again, Tupac coming up with the catch.
Yeah, man, what do you say? Tupac, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean, I just, I really can't say anymore. It's just, he's got those magic hands. I mean, 2-on-1 right there in the corner. I'm looking at the replay right now. Yeah, that's, I mean, caught it right in between two Cobra players. That's just,
but the formation's way off.
what can you say?
Yeah.
I'm like, sports not
and it looks
now.
like the field kind of glitched a little bit on that. So they're going to have to roll the play back a little bit and let Tupac run that in for the touchdown. We saw this last night, too. I don't know about the early game, but I know in our game, in the late game, this happened a couple of times.
We're going to revert it.
Field's just not wanting to cooperate sometimes when the pass is thrown into the end zone and the receiver gets tackled. It shows it as it'll say touchdown and then say 1st and 10 from the negative whatever yard line. So just one of those things that that hopefully we'll be able to get worked out here, between now and the beginning of the regular season next week.
Well, as I said, if there's a time to work it out, preseason's kind of that forum. Better to get them worked out now than later.
Absolutely.
Down.
So,
Wayne, extra point here. Yep.
The Patriots able to put together another successful drive after a couple of big defensive plays by the Cobras. Pac able to come up with some huge plays and come down with 6 to put the Patriots up with 46 seconds left in the half. So, the Cobras not much time to tie it up. We'll see what they do, depending on how they do here on the kickoff there. I would look for them to probably try and get out of bounds and preserve the clock a little bit.
All right, we'll see who's going to take this, and it's going to be Flo taking it for the Cobras. And he's got it to the 20, just about, almost to the 35, but he's brought down short of it. Wild coat on that tackle. That's going to be 27-yard return. Yeah, I'm kind of with you. It's almost, maybe almost would have maybe intentionally ran out of bounds just to kind of stop the clock, but clock stops anyway.
Yeah.
So. Like we have a temporary pause on the field here.
Ref didn't see it, man.
Maybe fixing some markers, not really sure what we're waiting on. I didn't see a timeout called anywhere. Yeah, just waiting momentarily for something, not quite sure, but see the defense pretty much all set up. Okay, actually looks like we may get a re-kick here from the look of it. Actually, it looks like they're going to redo the kick. I'm not sure why, but we're going to roll it back, looks like.
Okay, getting a report on the field. The ball wasn't actually in play when the Patriots kicked off, so they're just going to bring it back and re-kick.
Okay.
Hey, ref, is that not declinable?
Yeah, I know on my team, I think we've actually been guilty of that ourselves before, so yeah, you gotta be careful. Gotta make sure the ball's in play.
Oh, there you are.
What?
Is that not declinable, ref?
He asked for a re-kick.
Grass actually talking to Horns right now about it.
The ball wasn't in play when you kicked it.
I tell you what, right? On my next kickoff, and it messes up, I'm gonna ask for a re-kick.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Horns coming onto the field. Right. Yeah. Yeah, so Cash just confirmed once again, ball was not in play as we suspected, as Darian told us earlier. I guess Ras was just kind of talking it over with her for a minute. All right, ball is in play now, and we'll await the kick from Tupac.
Down. Set. Height.
Ball is up. And Tony's going to return this one. Bit of a short kick. And he's going to bring it up to about the 35. That's actually a better position than they were before, so this will actually help out the Cobras a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of a a gamble by the Cobras there. They actually had the choice of either receiving a re-kick or declining it and taking the ball where they got it. So, they took a little bit of a gamble, but they ended up with better field position. So we'll see if they're able to capitalize here going
Yes,
into
we're gonna add
halftime,
the
see if they can
5
put some
yards.
points on the
Thank you
board.
very much.
You're welcome.
Wow, it is almost halftime, isn't it? That was a really quick half.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about that. You didn't see too many drop passes. The Cobras running the ball a lot, keeping the clock running
Snatching
too.
my Elliot.
So it really was quite a short first half, except for the final minute here. We
Hold on,
seem
the
to be having
ball
some
wasn't in play.
issues.
At least on the on the field call is a delay of game, but I see Horns walking out here.
All
I
right,
don't
is
know
everybody
if
settled
before the
now?
game started, I don't know if we called it, but refs tonight out there are Horns, and we've got Marlowe as well as Damon running the game today.
I was just about to read that off too. So
Yeah.
apologize to the refs there. The refs out there doing a great job tonight, as they do all the time. So glad to have them
Absolutely.
out there.
Absolutely.
Down, set, hike.
Flo's going to take this and roll left side. Once again, he's got a huge hole up that sideline, and he's going to take that. And Irish guy looking for the tackle, and Flo just manages to get by him and gets the first down and a little bit more, 13 yards.
Yeah, good heads up play by Flo there to gain the yards and also effective clock management, getting out of bounds there. Probably could have ran it up for a couple more yards, but it's always when you go for those extra couple of yards that the field decides that you need to fumble. So good play by
Down,
Flo there
set,
to
hike.
stop the clock there and put the Cobras in good field
Yeah.
position here.
Now, Darren, you're not suggesting that they code conspiracy theories into these balls, do you?
I'm not one into conspiracy theories. I just know what I've seen.
And as we speak,
Oh,
Tupac with the pick. Yeah, and I think that pretty much will seal the half for both teams, unless Rass wants to take a shot here deep. I mean, he's within range. He could do it with one throw.
The Patriots can take a couple of shots here. Actually, they're right within that maximum passing distance, and they've got a murderer's row out there with Pac and Bisley on the other side. So I wouldn't be surprised for them to take 3 or 4 shots down the field, see what they can come up with.
Yeah.
Down.
All right, Rass is going to go way back. Again, he's trying to avoid Kimberly, and he's going to throw
There it
deep
is.
middle. And picked
Intercepted.
off. Tony 23 Ragu coming up with the answer, and Cobras will take it right back. Pretty deep in their own territory, though. 3 seconds left.
Well, it's even though there's only 3 seconds left, that was a really fortunate play and a good play by the Cobras to get that ball back. Looks like they're just going to take the knee here, run the clock out, which is fine.
Yep.
When you've been getting beat deep like the Cobras have for most of the night there, to come up with that interception at that time is huge for them. So, they go into the locker room down a score, but it could have easily been down 2 scores.
How
So,
did I get tackled on?
it's good play by the Cobras there.
A slight, from what I saw, Flo snapped it, but he didn't actually take the knee, so he actually gets tackled for a loss on that.
It shows you in the kneeling position.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely the right formation.
Just-
I think, I don't know if just I don't know how the knee works. I mean, is there a button you have to push? Because I'm not a QB, so.
Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I've never run the kneel formation, so I don't really know how it does it.
Oh, okay. According to Cash, I just got our on the field reporter, Cash Zapatero. He gave us pretty much. So it's supposed to be automatic when you do the knee, but I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean that much I knew. I didn't realize that you could get tackled on a knee like that. But
Right.
Look at this.
Wow, 2 guys to beat.
Music
I don't
City
know.
Miracle. Wow, man, that was big.
He almost took that all the way, man. What a play at halftime if he could have taken that all the way. Wow.
Yeah, I tell you what, a good first half by both of these teams. You know, the Patriots able to walk away up a score, but the Cobras right in there, and going into the halftime, I think they've got a little bit of momentum. You know, based on that last play there. So both teams have a lot to hold their heads up about. You know, but both teams have some things they need to adjust. You know, I'm going to be curious to see in the second half what the Cobras do to stop that deep threat. The Patriots have to do something to contain that running game, or just like we just saw on that last play there, Flo is going to bust one loose for you, and you're going to have to compensate for that. But a good first half by both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot closer maybe than some people might have predicted. So, yeah, great first half. I'm looking forward to the second half. And I believe, based off the kickoff, Cobras actually get the ball back in the second half start out. So yeah, probably definitely look for them to come out with an explosive first drive there. And, yeah, looking forward to that. Normally we would cut to the cheerleaders, but I don't believe, and I'm just checking the stage, I don't think we have cheer squads for either team this halftime. So I guess Darian and I, we can just take a few minutes if you want. Or you want to talk anything else with the first half?
Like they haven't heard enough of us already. But I'll tell you what, coming up, the regular season is coming up here next week. Why don't we talk a little bit about what we've seen in this preseason? What do you think are the standouts? What do you think going into the regular season we can expect to see?
Yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to see every single game. I've seen, I think, a pretty good sampling, at least of the majority. More or less, I think we've seen performances maybe that what you would expect, at least on paper. I mean, Seahawks versus Mustangs in the Friday opener for this weekend. Seahawks pretty much performed as expected. A great showing from them. So I think overall, like kind of the major heavy hitters that you would expect to see do well, like the Seahawks, the Bucks, the Titans. Pretty much, I think for the most part, people are kind of seeing what they would expect to see from teams like that.
Any teams surprise you in the preseason so far?
Well, I mean, I guess speaking of right now, I mean, this is the game we're in right now, the Cobras Patriots game. Patriots are up at the moment, but I mean, this has been a close game so far. I think this has been a pleasant surprise for me, at least, to watch this game between these two teams. And I'm, kind of more pretty much speaking of the Cobras. Like I said, they've made some major improvements, and it's evident. So, I watched you guys a couple times. Let's see, who'd you guys play this week? You had the I'm trying to think.
We had the Huskies last night.
Huskies, right? Yeah, that was a great showing from you guys. I think you were kind of, it wasn't on the air, but you were commenting to me kind of privately how once Gucci came in there, it kind of brought your offense to life a little bit. Cal a little bit rusty at the QB spot, but I mean a great showing from you guys, like I said last night. So yeah, some great games. I think that's pretty much what I can say. I'm getting some reminders from our UFL staff, so I'll do just some quick housekeeping items. We do want to take opportunities to mention how we're always looking for volunteers. This is our second season in operation for the UFL. And we're always looking for some fresh new talent to keep things going, because there is a lot of work behind the scenes to keep these sims operated and keep things running smoothly. So we do have several areas of opportunity if anyone is so inclined. I'll just kind of read those off for you briefly. So first off, we do have photography. So we always have great photographers on the sidelines taking live action shots of the game. Great passes in the moment, touchdowns, just a lot of great shots that I get to see after games of what these photographers take. So Always looking for some new photographers, and Duchess Button. In World, her name is Duchess Button. She will be your point of contact for that, so be sure to reach out to her if you're interested in becoming a UFL photographer. Media staff, and that's pretty much two-pronged. We have commentators and also streamers. So commentators is obviously the voices behind all the action, the play-by-play, and everything else. So if you're interested in becoming a broadcaster in that regard, or also, like I said, streaming, and Hitbox is our new home, hitbox.tv/UFL stream, and that's going to be all this great streaming action that you get, and thanks to our streamers. So Matt Asadar or Tom Box are the people who reach out for that if you want to become part of media. And finally, and certainly not least, like we were speaking of a few minutes ago, is our on-the-field refs. And those are the guys, of course, making all the calls, making sure the game runs smoothly, fixing on-field glitches, and everything else. I mean, I can't say enough about our referees and all the work that they do to make these games run smoothly. And Rasden McAndrews, actually a player and an owner on the Patriots. Reach out to him if you want to become a UFL ref.
Yep. And we've got both of the teams coming out for the start of the second half. To kind of answer my own question, and I think you kind of really reflect the same sentiment I have going into the regular season. I think that the teams that you expected to do well have done so, and there have been some surprises. We're looking at the Cobras here. The Patriots are always a consistent team. There's a team out there that we didn't mention, that I expect big things from, the Raiders. They had a really tough preseason schedule. They had both the Bucks and the Seahawks there on their regular season schedule, or my preseason schedule rather. So I think if you look at them on paper, just looking at the results of the game, I really think it's unfair to really kind of judge that team. So I would expect for the Raiders to be well, represented in the season that. I can't even speak right now. They're going to do well this season. They've got a lot of great talent there. They've got some solid leadership over there. So it's going to be real interesting to see how they develop as a squad going into the regular season as well.
Absolutely. I'm just going to answer Pit Boss here, a score update. All right. And let's see, we got an opening drive here. I didn't really catch the opening drive. It looks like they're going to start on the 20.
All right, so we'll see if the Cobras are able to keep some of that momentum that they had going into halftime there. Cobras had that huge run to end the first half, and we'll see if they're able to capitalize on that and keep that momentum going. On the other side of the ball, we'll see what the Patriots are able to do to kind of coming up with an answer to that, see if they can keep Flo back in that backfield and force him to pass a little bit more, make a few more mistakes in his passing game.
Right, and waiting on a few adjustments here. Serena making her way to the receiver, and Flo's going to snap this pretty quickly, and he's rolling out pretty deep in his own corner, and he's coming back to the middle, looking for a throw, obviously. I'm not sure if he sees anything. Then he lets it go. Yeah, looking for Blackheart Warden on the comeback, but I think just a little bit miscommunication thrown deep there.
Yeah, it looked like Flo let that ball go just as Blackhawk was coming back on that route. So just a miscue from QB and receiver there, but they still got it's still second down.
Right, receiver.
Kind of curious. I see Flo running to the sideline there. I wasn't quite sure what was going on.
Oh, so we have a. Okay, I'm getting informed we have a penalty on the field. Do we know what the penalty is? Oh, okay. Got a receiver on the right side, I am told, again from Cash, our sideline guy. We have facing call for the receiver on the right side. That's going to be a Penalty.
That might explain why Blackhawk was
Down,
walking back
set,
like
hike.
the play had already stopped. So
Right.
just a late call there.
Yeah. Flo's going to take this and going to get an 8-yard pickup. 3rd and long still. So we'll see what he does here. Try and make this 3rd down conversion.
Down, set, hike.
All right, Flo's going to roll left side here. And he is going to avoid a few sacks.
Wow,
Avoids
nice move.
another one. Wow. And he cuts to the middle, another 3 yards. 4th and 4, not quite enough, but man, just the moves of Flo in the backfield, just avoiding tackle after tackle.
Yeah, he really threaded a needle on that. The Patriots had good coverage. They had good backside pursuit from the defense, but Flo just able to kind of thread that needle there between defenders and pick up positive yards on that play. It was a very good run.
Down, set,
Gutsy
hike.
call here, going for it on 4th down, deep in his own territory. See if it works out for him. And he's getting pushed back. He's really going to have to throw it now. And he does have somebody on that cross route. And looks like Jasmine is going to come up with that catch and bails out Flo there. So that was a very clutch play there to make the 4th down conversion. Like I said, pretty gutsy call on the Cobras' part, but it paid off for him.
Yeah, and I think that just shows the confidence that the Cobras have on their offensive
Down,
side right
set,
now.
hike.
Anytime you go for it on 4th down, you got to have some confidence in your team, and the Cobras have shown that they can run successfully. They're showing that they've got those passing routes available to them now. So the Cobras really showing that they have some momentum going.
Oh no! And once again, there's
and
that
then
new
there
ball.
was that.
I literally, he was like a split second from releasing that ball in the throwing animation, and still he gets tackled by Wildcoat. So yeah, that's that new ball for you.
Yeah, again, for QBs, it's going to take some adjusting, before they were used to once they click that button to throw that pass that they were free and clear. It's not the case anymore, and you got to be aware of spacing there between yourself and the defenders before you throw that ball.
Great blocks by his offensive line, giving Flo some time. He's throwing deep here.
That's going to be picked.
Yeah, way overthrown. Tupac easily picking that off. Nobody really even in the same vicinity.
Yeah, really, that's just an unfortunate throw there. It looked like he might have had somebody short, but that route was pretty well covered, and nobody to make that play except Tupac on that one. So unfortunately for the Cobras, that's one of those things. Hopefully it doesn't break their momentum, but right now they've got to focus on defense and keep the Patriots from going up 2 scores here.
Set. Hike.
Absolutely, and Rass is going to take this, rolling back, and Kimberly on him. He releases it just in time, and I really thought Ruby had the chance to pick that one.
Yeah, it looked like she just misread that, but she was in excellent position there to come up with that play. She just needed to drop back a little bit, get under that ball, but an incomplete's an incomplete, so it brings up 2nd and 10 for the Patriots.
Kimberly just continually getting in this backfield, pretty much unchallenged. And looks like quick pass and caught by Bizarrely, and that's going to be 11 yards. So, Rass, coming up with the completions, but he's getting rid of it very fast, and it's very evident.
Yeah, and I think that just shows the respect that he has for these outside linebackers here, especially Kimberly on that on the offensive right-hand side there.
Yeah. Kimberly chasing him down again. Almost gets the sack once again. He throws deep. A pick off. Flo Burner with the pick.
Big play by Flo, and he's still going.
Wow. Yeah, that a huge pick there by Flo. And Cobras will take back over on the close to the 40. So yeah, credit to, like you said, these outside linebackers, because it's very evident Rass is feeling the pressure back there, and he's having to let it go pretty quick. So kudos to this Cobras defense getting the ball back for him, and we'll see what Flo can do here.
Yeah, and that's exactly what the Cobras needed to get back some of that momentum we talked about earlier. Big play by Flo there to come up with that interception in the middle of traffic.
Yeah, absolutely. And getting the blocks once again, and again, it looked like could have been a loss, but he makes 5 yards out of it, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, it looked like Flo just tried to shoot the gap between the defender and the sideline there, and the defender there was able to get a hand on him, stumble him, and Sean's able to come up with the cleanup tackle on that play.
Down, set, hike.
Right, Flo's going to roll right side. Once again, got a wall of blockers in front of him. Getting some blocks. He's got that outside. Good blocks. Gets the first down and runs it out of bounds. Stops the clock. Just very precise running game out of the Cobras right now. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and credit the Patriots there. It looks like they're really kind of forcing Flo to run to the outside there instead of exploiting those gaps in the middle like he did in the first half.
Right.
Yep. I don't know if Flo's just not seeing them or if the Patriots are just doing a better job at covering them, but
gets out of the stumble again.
Oh, wow.
Amazing, and gets a 6 yards pretty much again. I mean, how many times have we seen Flo get stumbled and he just walks out of it?
I don't know, but as a defender, that is probably one of the most frustrating things you can see. You get a good hit on a guy and he stumbles around, and before you can come back to grab him, he's off to the races, man. It's frustrating.
Down, set, hike.
All right, Flo going back to the right again, and he's got a couple guys in the middle if he wants to throw it. Still looking, and he's got on that cross route. Looks like he was looking for Jasmine on the cross field again, but just a little bit misread there. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 4. Like I said, he's got a few guys deep in the middle that I saw. So we'll see what happens here. Taking pretty much the same offense formation. 2 receivers on either side, and Bart Ricker for his running back in the backfield. Going to roll right once again. Looked like he wanted to run that. Waiting for the blocks. He gets a block from Bart. Just inches away from getting the first. And
again, Flo trying to shoot that gap. He had a lane, but the defender was just able to get just enough outside of that block there to pull him down, stop him with 4th and inches there.
Yep. All right, so let's see what Flo. We have, like you said, we haven't seen Flo run up the middle too much yet this half. And oh my goodness, Sean just coming right in and putting a stop to that drive. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. Clutch tackle there on the Patriots defense.
Yeah, hold the phone. Got a late dead ball penalty called here, so Cobras are.
We're saying it was a no cadence on the, I guess on the previous play. That was a very late call though.
Yep.
I mean, if I was the Cobras, I'd almost question that as late as it was called.
Well, with the way that the field's been kind of cooperating there, there's some expectancy for that sort of thing to happen. We saw it last season too, where, sometimes the refs will, they'll confer with one another to double check to make sure that, they heard or didn't hear, what they think they did. So,
right.
But it's fortunate for the Cobras because they get another shot at the first down here.
Sure. All right, Flo's probably looking for the pass. He's got someone crossing middle. Overthrown again.
Not what
to
you
Tupac.
wanted to happen.
Yeah, Tupac off to the races here, and he's making a few weaves in and out defenders, and he's going to 21 yards after the interception. Yeah, again, just a little bit overthrown. He did have a guy crossing middle, and it would have given him the first, but my goodness. Yeah, just a little bit backfired on them.
Down, sit, hike.
All right, Rass is going to keep this, and he's throwing deep. And Tupac once again in traffic. Yeah, I mean, he just coming up with those magic catches. What can you say? Another 32 yards there.
Yeah, I mean, and that was caught in traffic, and short of jumping or flying, I don't know what you're going to do to stop this guy. But Raz was under some pressure. He was just able to get that pass off just in time, and Tupac again with the great pull down on that one.
All right, looks like we've got the bunch right formation this time. And Ras is going to roll going way back, and he's throwing deep middle. And Tupac once again with the catch, 15 yards. I'll bring up first and goal.
Patriots lining up in a power formation with Tupac there in the backfield. That's a little bit of a surprise. See if Pac's got some running back in him, or if they run him up the middle for that short pass there.
All right, looks like fake handoff to Tupac, and Kimberly was not fooled one bit on that one. 4-yard loss.
Yeah, great play by Kimberly. She's in beast mode tonight over there on that side, man. She's just making some really great heads-up plays and keeping this Cobras defense in the game here.
Right. Sticking with the same formation, Tupac in the backfield. And fake handoff to... No, hands it off to Tupac this time. And once again, the D-line is equal to the task. Flow in on the tackle this time. So this Cobra's red zone defense not getting fooled.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, it's especially hard on those handoff plays, because you have such, a short window of time to recognize who's got the ball once that collision happens between the running back and the quarterback there. So that's a great heads-up play by Flo to spy that running back and stay on him and stop him for no gain there.
All right, sticking to the same formation again. Fakes the handoff Tupac, and he's going to throw to Tupac. Tupac got some room.
Man.
And Tony Ragu coming in once again at the line of scrimmage, no yards on that.
That was an awful big drop back for no gain.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's kind of picking and choosing when he wants to fake that. It's almost like a option offense here with the handoffs to Tupac. But that time, it didn't really work out for him.
Yeah, so the Patriots here on 4th down, going for it here.
And throw to that left corner. And it's going to be a turnover, incomplete pass. And Cobras making a major stance here in the red zone and forcing the turnover.
Yeah, and I got to question that play call there. You're only up a score against a team that's been really running neck and neck with you both offensively and defensively. I think if you're the Patriots, you take the opportunity to get the 3 points, go up by 2 scores, and hope your defense can hold them here. But
right.
We're not down there on the field, so it's kind of hard to judge what was going on there.
Right. Flo almost getting the safety there. He manages to throw it away. That'll be an incomplete pass and 2nd and 10. So O-line going to have to step it up a little bit. See Flo maybe do some of those runs that we've seen him do all game. Back in the end zone once again, got some blocks, looking for a corner. He doesn't get it. Almost gets sacked and lets it go. Bizarrely in on the interception. And that was pretty much a one-on-one versus Ruby, and bizarrely won that one out.
Yeah, that ball just hung up there just a little bit too long, and Bisley was just able to make a great play on it. Giving the Patriots another opportunity to put together a successful drive. Unfortunately for the Cobras, they got pushed back deep early on, right off from possession there. So hopefully their defense can make a stop here. They're going to have to figure out what to do with Bisley, and especially with Tupac here if they are going to be looking to get this ball back here anytime soon.
All right, Irish guy actually on this throw, and Tupac going to walk this in. Nobody going to touch him, and that's going to be a quick strike there on the Patriots, 6 points. run that back. Was that actually a that was a double throw? No.
Down.
So I get Irish guy actually switched to QB. It looked like. Extra point is good, and Patriots will go up 2 scores here, 28-14. So capitalizing on that turnover early, and it paid off for him.
No.
2 scores here. We'll see what Flo can do to bring his team back in this. There's still a lot of football left, so don't count him out just yet. A very short pass. Looked like that was actually an onside attempt. And Sweetie's actually going to be able to pick it up and actually giving Cobras pretty good field position for this drive here.
Yeah, now if you're the Cobras, you're down 2 scores, but you've got a lot of time left on the clock here, so you really don't need to be in panic mode here. But the Cobras are going to have to settle down offensively. They haven't been successful in their past couple drives here in the second half. They're going to have to put some points up on the board on this possession, I think, if they want to stay in this game.
Ooh. Looking for Blackhawk there and just missed it. That'll fall incomplete. 2nd and 10. A little bit over 8 minutes left in this ball game. So yeah, they've got some time. I know they probably want to bleed some time off the clock, but they are down 2 scores, so you got to be careful with how you use your time here. Flo's going to keep this, and he's rolling right side. Got plenty of room. Looking. And
got a receiver.
Throws it. Oh my goodness, that is almost picked there by Bizarrely. Had 2 Cobras over there. Falls harmlessly to the ground, incomplete.
Yeah, and the Cobras had a couple of receivers there deep, just not making the proper adjustments to get under that ball, which is unfortunate because that really could have led to 6 there if they'd have come down with it.
All right, Flo's gonna roll left this time. A nice block to cut him 3. He was looking to run it. Again, looking for these short passes. Blackhawk and Serena crossing field, and it's a really nice idea. I mean, it would give them the first down, but just barely. I think just a little miscommunication on these cross routes.
Well, and I don't want to be overly harsh, but these past couple of passes there were really very catchable by the Cobras. They really need to start making some better adjustments and come down with these passes.
Sure.
The long pass and that short pass there were definitely catchable passes. The receivers are just going to have to start making some better adjustments and coming down with those. If you want to win this game, those are passes that you absolutely have to make.
Yeah, and to be fair, I mean, they're getting open. That cross route has been open pretty fairly, probably 9 out of 10 times it's been open.
Down.
So, nice punt there by Flo to push the Patriots back. They're on their own, looks like the 8-yard line, and Irish guy going deep in his own end zone, and he's going to be thrown to Tupac. Boy. Tupac might be off to the races here. We'll see. Bart Ricker with the angle. And Ruby manages to stop the bleeding there, but wow, he was almost gone.
Yeah, that's not what you wanted to have happen for the Cobras. They had an excellent opportunity to make a good defensive stop there, but Pac just able to get open in the lane there and come up with some big yards after the catch there.
All right, Irish guy is continuing to take the snaps. He's going back pretty far, throwing deep. In traffic. That was not a very good throw to make. That was pretty much into a crowd. And Tony coming up with it on that and getting the ball back for the Cobras.
Yeah, great break for the Cobras there, but they're going to have to capitalize on it now. So hopefully those receivers will come down with some catches there. We'll see what Flo's able to put together here on this drive.
All right, Flo's looking for something, got several blocks, and there again, that cross route.
There you go.
And it's caught this time by Jasmine. There we go, 21 yards on that pickup. So, yeah, It's been successful. I mean, those routes have been getting open, and we see some fruits of their labor on that one.
Yeah, just an excellent throw and catch from Flo to Jasmine on that to pick up some really crucial yards there.
Oh, here's that middle wide open. Flo's going to take that. And another 12 yards and a first down for the Cobras. Just a wide gaping hole up in the middle.
Yeah, Flo catching them sleeping up that middle. You know, up to this point, the Patriots have been really good about keeping their line discipline and keeping them on that line in front of Flo. But that time he was just able to catch them off guard and run up the middle there for a good 12-yard gain.
And he's got some room here on the left. Irish guy looking to close it up. And he's going to throw. And he's got Serena there on the catch. And that's going to be another 11 yards and another first down.
There we go. Receivers stepping up on this drive, which is exactly what they needed.
Yeah.
You know, Cobras putting together a good drive here. They're really going to need to capitalize on the Patriots there. They're playing a little bit softer on defense, but you know, doesn't matter if the receivers aren't catching the ball. So good job by the Cobras there to come down with some very crucial passes here.
All right, Flo is going to roll to the right side. He's throwing to that middle again. Oh, my goodness. Serena essentially ran away from it. She was in position to make that. And from my angle, essentially just ran away from the ball.
Yeah, a bit of a dangerous throw. But, you know, he did have a receiver there in the area. Serena did have a play on the ball. Looks like she just kind of undercut it a little bit. But it stops the clock with 2nd and 10. So, you know.
Yep.
You take what you get.
Yeah, and plenty of more opportunities to get this in. So Flo is going to take this right. He's got a hole and looks like he's going to run it.
Yeah, he's going to have to run it.
Yeah, he can't. He crossed the line. He cannot pass. Makes 5 yards out of it. So that's going to be 3rd and 5.
Yeah, that's, you know, one thing that QBs like to do is they like to come up there, you know, up to the line there, kind of fake that run a little bit, kind of draw defenses in, opening up receivers downfield. But that time he just came a little bit too far over across that line and forced him to run. But he did pick up positive yards there with the 5-yard gain.
All right, let's see what he does here. It's pretty much make or break time on this drive. Flo is going to roll left side, getting a few blocks he needs. He's got a hole there. He's thinking about taking it in himself. Not quite. Wildcoat in on that tackle of a gain of 1 yard, and that's 4th and 4. So gut check time. Do you take the field goal?
No, at this point you're down 14 points. You know, you've got under 5. You're coming up on 4 minutes left on the clock. So yeah, no, you got to go for it.
Right. That's exactly what Flo's going to do here. And we'll see what happens. Clock is running. I don't know if he realizes that or not. There's the snap. And let's see, he's rolling back pretty far back. Avoids a couple tackles. Got Serena there.
Well, that was really close.
That's questionable. We may have to see that replay. It looked like she may have stepped out.
That was really close. Great play by Serena.
I'd like to challenge
yeah,
that.
we'll probably look at that replay. Oh, okay. All right. Not able to get a replay on this one, unfortunately. But that, I mean, from my angle, it really kind of looked like she was stepping out on that play. But, and yeah, that's a tough call to make.
I mean, it. You know, I had a pretty good angle on that, and I mean, if she was inbounds, she was dragging her toes big time.
Right.
You know, but you know, at the end of the day, it was a great play. You know, Serena able to get open and come down with that grab and give the Cobras a shot at coming back in this game.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see here. Ref's taking a minute to talk it over. A very crucial play. If the Cobras get it, that's that's absolutely crucial to keep them in this game. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Uh-oh, controversy in the booth.
So this is we're gonna await the call here, but very crucial play for both teams. So we'll see what happens here. Okay, I'm told actually one of the refs has the replay, so they're reviewing it as we speak.
Yeah.
So, I know if you're Jasmine, she's probably like crossing her toes or fingers, anything she can think of to just, oh Lord, let me be in.
Yeah, and depending on the angle that they got that replay, I don't know that it's going to be enough to overturn the field.
Right.
It was so close. I mean, I was looking at it, and initially I was like, it's going to say out of bounds, but I mean, it was just that close. So,
right.
The play on the field stands.
Okay.
All right, and
so
looks
there
like.
it is.
All right, so refs have reviewed it, and the call on the field is going to stand. So that is a touchdown, Cobras, and that is a huge play there for the Cobras, keeping them in this game, and a monster catch there by Jasmine.
Was that Jasmine?
Or Serena. Yeah. Excuse me, Serena Sands there. Forgive me.
Yeah, so it looks like
what?
The way that the field read it, they're gonna have to hike it and throw the ball and.
Okay.
Oh, actually.
Oh boy, here we go. Yeah. Okay, so again, whenever you throw the ball into the end zone and the receiver gets tackled, it's gonna do the same thing. They need to just have Serena hike the ball and run it in so she can get her touchdown.
Right.
Did it
Which
again.
I'm pretty sure that's what they did for Tupac back in the first half. Yeah. Flo was trying to let her relive her catch, but throwing it to her, but looks like he's gonna do it again. Yeah.
All right. Well. All right.
There we go.
Works.
There we go.
All right. So eventually, finally, Cobras put 6 on the board there. So pinning the extra point is going to be a 1-score game.
And I'm wondering almost if they might try a fake here. I'm not sure.
I wouldn't. I don't know why you would right now.
Yeah, I mean,
because if you miss it, then you're still down 2 scores, and you've got plenty of time. Your defense has really kind of stepped up and been successful. So I wouldn't take the chance there.
Yeah. And once again, they listen to you, and that's the extra point is good.
I doubt they listen to me, but it was a good call.
Yeah. So another question. I'm just full of them today. Do you do the onside here?
No. I would try to get this ball as deep as possible. The Patriots have had a very devastating deep threat. You're going to need all the real estate behind you that you can get right now. I wouldn't give them any advantage of field position right now. And the thing about onside kicks is if they
He got it. He picked it up. I don't know if it's
they weren't
enough
listening
yards.
to me.
Well, it went 13 yards. I believe that'll stand.
Well, shut my mouth. Go ahead, Cobras.
Cobras with the onside, and they get it.
Yeah, that's a huge gamble, but it paid off, man. God bless you, Cobras.
So Flo pretty much, getting his own kick there. Huge play there.
Somebody's looking out for these fools today, man. That was huge.
And another
a big
catch.
Nice.
There.
Bart Ricker with that one.
Yep. And so they're moving it once again, getting into the red zone. They're going to be threatening for another touchdown here.
Yeah, I tell you what, the Cobras are lighting it up right now. I certainly wouldn't want to be in the Patriots team speak right now. I'm sure there's a little bit of yelling going on right now, but
I tell you what.
But give the Cobras their credit, man. They're putting together a good drive. A huge recovery on that onside kick is gonna.
Oh yeah, absolutely. A huge hole there up the middle. Flo's gonna take it. Almost gets the first, but another huge hole, and Flo's gonna take that 9 more yards. Man, Cobras are making a stance here. They're getting back in this game. I tell you what, this is great football. It really is.
Absolutely. These are the kind of games that you like to watch. They're just coming down to the wire. Both teams taking some
Down,
gambles
set,
and
hike.
some paying off, some not. And I mean, this is good football here right now.
Bart Ricker with the block and Flo looking to run it, going back, looking to throw. He's got a person wide open in the corner. Ruby with the
can
catch.
She make the move?
Get the block. Oh no.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh, if Serena had made that block just a second earlier.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ruby
yeah.
with that shoestring catch though, man.
Yeah, man. What a play. And it's going to be first and goal here for the Cobras. See if it pays off here. We're coming up on the 2-minute warning.
Down, set, hike.
All right, Flo's going to roll it right. He's got a hole. If he wants to take it, needs to get that block on the outside.
Right there in the corner.
Oh no.
Oh.
Serena Sands essentially in the same spot she was at before. And Flo tries to connect with her, just not quite coming up with it. So that's going to bring up the 2-minute warning and 2nd and 6 here.
Yeah, that was just one of those unfortunate things where the receiver was trying to make a play, coming back, trying to help her QB, and
Down,
right when she cut
set,
back is when
hike.
Flo let that ball go, and
Yep.
just tough break there. But
All right, Flo is once again looking to throw it. And oh my God, yeah, I almost saw that as soon as he released it, just right into Cam's hands. Just a bad decision, I think, on Flo's part. Can't. Go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say I saw what he was trying to do, and I was looking at what he was looking at, but just too many bodies between him and the two receivers he had in that corner there.
All right, and so Irish guy's going to take it over in his own end zone.
Oh, Kimberly looking like she wants that safety though.
Yeah, I know she's hungry for it. Coming in there, she's gonna. Oh, I mean, it looked like he lagged on Mike, but
wow.
he's able to get it off, and oh God,
Ouch.
Tupac is off to the races.
And look at him go.
Nobody's gonna touch him. He's at the 10, the 5.
Oh, a little showboating there, but
oh no. Yeah, I saw that.
A little showboating, but hey, it was a great play. You're entitled.
Little stutter step there out of Tupac.
Yeah. Wow, that's gonna put a nail in the coffin there, and they gave up the big play, but hats off to the Cobras. They've played some really great football today, and unfortunately the Patriots were able to come up with a couple of big plays, and that one there was clutch.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I tell you what, I mean, this has just been a really exciting game. I know it's not over yet. We got about a minute 17 left. But yeah, I mean, Cobras coming up on a huge comeback and just narrowly tying the game up there. But wow, yeah, just a really great game to watch, both teams.
Down, set, hike.
And Patriots going to kick this off here, and nobody's going to get it. That'll be a touchback.
Field wrong way.
So about a minute 10 left, 2 scores down. I think kind of the clock is a little bit of against him at this point.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure they got enough time to really come up with the win, but the way the Cobras have been playing, I mean, I fully expect them to march it down here and get that touchdown, because I mean, the way they've been playing, they're going to play every second of this game out, and it's just been a really great game.
Yeah.
So
sure, absolutely. In times like this, at this point in games like this, it's not so much about the score as it is about the fight. You keep playing to the final second there. You put together what you can. You take from it, and then going into the regular season, you just capitalize on what you learned here today. So. The Cobras are going to fight. They're going to try and put some more points on the board, and they need to walk off this field with their heads up, man. They played some really good football against a very consistent Patriots team.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we spoke, Flo once again with another huge run, 20 yards.
Set. Oh,
so,
we're ready, ref. Sorry.
His running game has really paid off for him a lot this game, and we saw it again right there.
Down, set, hike.
Waiting on the snap. Flo is going to take it. He's going to roll left side, coming back to the right. Got a few receivers in the middle there. He's going to try and take it himself. Whiz in on the tackle. That'll be a 1-yard loss. And clock continues to run. I believe they still have some timeouts if they want to stop it. But it doesn't look like they're going to. They're just going to play this out here.
Down, set, hike.
Flo's going to take it to the right here. He's going to look for a run. And Wildcoat gets blocked, still on his feet. And pretty much makes 8 yards of what would have been about 3. So another great run and manages to stop the clock there. So 17 seconds left in this game.
Yeah, they actually called a timeout there.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like I said, Cobras not checking out just
Down,
yet.
set,
They're gonna do everything they can to get in that end zone one last time.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's no reason for them to check out. You know, they've played some great ball.
Sorry, my bad.
We got a dead ball penalty there. I'm wondering if it's going to be Cadence. Ball was not in play. Okay, yeah.
Happened a couple times.
Yeah, well, you know, heat of the moment. Cobras, you know, trying to put some points there. You know, some pride points, as we say. You know, just kind of getting ahead of themselves a little bit. You know, and sometimes you forget. You know, I think it's happened to us, and it's happened to other teams too. So, but unfortunately, it's going to be a penalty. It's going to be a false start, so it's going to bring it back 5 yards.
Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. So with the penalty, that's going to bring up
Down, set,
the 3rd
hike.
and 7, I believe. Flo's going to keep this, roll left. And he's going to throw it deep. He's got a couple people down there.
Oh.
Serena Sands was the intended, and that's going to come up short. So that's going to bring up 4th and 8. That's prayer pass time, pretty much.
Yep, absolutely.
So probably.
Five.
Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say this is probably gonna be the last play of the game. 5 seconds left on the clock there.
Yep. Throws it. Incomplete, and that's actually a ball game.
Good game, Cobras.
So Patriots will come away with the win, 35-21. But you know, like I said, a really great game by the Cobras.
Good game, bud.
Just narrowly, you know, came back
Thank
into
you,
this game and tied it up. Just unfortunately,
Good game,
Tupac with a major play at the end there, but
Thank you,
but
Russ.
a really great game to watch. Fantastic performance from both sides of the ball, and yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say. A great game.
Well, yeah, and hats off to the Patriots too. They played a great game. They came up with some really big plays there. Came up with some clutch plays when they needed it. You know, sometimes when you're in a shootout like that, it's really easy to get frustrated over little things. But the Patriots showed enough poise there to make those big plays. So, hats off to them, and yeah, absolutely hats off to the Cobras there. You know, I'm really impressed with what I saw tonight. You know, it didn't go their way tonight, but I think they walk away with a lot of positive things to take away from this and build on going into the regular season. So, great, exciting football from both teams. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do in the regular season coming up.
Absolutely. I definitely look forward to watching them as well. So, you know, thanks for joining us. That's been our broadcast for the 4 p.m. game. Stick around, though. We do have another doubleheader coming up at 7 p.m. It's going to be the Titans versus the Cowboys. So that should be another great matchup. Be sure to stick around for that. As always, you know, we want to say our thank yous, as we said earlier, to all our staff members. I mean, there's a lot of people that go into keeping these games going, working hard. So a huge thank you goes out to all of our staff, the game operations, the media, the cheerleaders, the refs, photographers, everything that goes into this. And as I said, we are always looking for new people. So if you want to reach out to any of those areas, I'll just read them off to you real quick. Photography is going to be Duchess Button if you want to join that group. Media is going to be Matt Asadar or Tom Box. And if you want to become a ref, reach out to Razdan McAndrews. But once again, thanks for joining us, and thanks to all our fans for coming out and supporting the league. And thank you, Darian. It's been a lot of fun calling the game with you.
Thank you. It was good to be back in the bench, and I want to give a special shout out to the 12th player, to the fans, both here in attendance and in the stream.
Yep.
You guys make the games entertaining, as well as what goes on the field. So thank you guys for attending and participating and contributing, and come back at 7 o'clock SL for another great game between the Titans and the Cobras.
Yeah, and I didn't want to leave out, of course, Cash for streaming for us. So thank you very much for providing the stream today.
Absolutely. Thank you for stepping up, Cash.
Yep. All right. Well, that's just about it for us, and we'll look forward to seeing you again. Thanks for joining us.
Have a good night.